is Melbourne are the premiers!
Hi, this is Steph Catley from the Melbourne Victory Women. You're listening to the Westfield W-League.
Hi, this is Christine Nairn.
Racheal Quigley.
Brianna Davey.
This is the Westfield W-League.
Live on FFB Radio.
Live online.
Live on your smartphone.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Instagram
at Victory W-League. Join us on the road to victory.
Our city, our team.
Now we're advanced! Oh my word! Lauren Barnes with a rocket!
Hi, this is Gulcan.
Koca in off the post!
Hi, this is BT Goad.
It's arriving at the back post. BT Goad puts it in!
Hi, this is Lisa De Vanna.
De Vanna's there as well, and De Vanna heads it in!
You're listening to the Westfield W-League.
Live on FFE Radio.
The champ is here, but has the title defence stalled in the starting gate. Hello and welcome to FFV radio coverage of the Westfield W-League. Today's match, the Melbourne Victory, taking on Western Sydney Wanderers from the John Ilhan Memorial Stadium at Breadmeadows Valley Park in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. My name is Pellizzeri. Welcome to FFV radio. For those of you familiar with our broadcasts through the NPL season, we are powered by Livecast, and you can now find us at footballfedvic.com.au and by searching for FFV radio in the TuneIn Radio app. Joining me in commentary today, Anna Harrington. Anna, it's great to have you back for another season of W-League, and as part of the FFV Radio, a bit of a new era for our broadcasts here.
Thanks very much, Teo. It's fantastic to be here. I'd say I've been missing it, but yesterday I got to experience an absolute ripper of a WPL match between Bundoora and Heidelberg. But as you said, it's a new era, and this is the first time I've been here to call a game here at Hume City, so yeah, really looking forward to it. And as we've said, Victory really needing to bounce back in what should, and with Western Sydney also needing the points, this should be an absolute ripper. We're
counting down to a 3 p.m. kickoff. Both teams are actually warming up out on the field as we speak. So let's go down to ground level and get an update on pitch and conditions from our sideline reporter, who is with us thanks to the womensgame.com. Cheryl Downs, welcome to the broadcast.
Hi, Teo. Thanks for having me. It's an absolutely fantastic day here today out at Breadmeadows Valley Park. The pitch conditions look amazing. The pitch looks in very, very good conditions, and the players shouldn't have any problem with that whatsoever. There is a slight breeze coming in from the west. It has been picking up across the afternoon a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that. But the perfect blue skies, a couple of planes coming over as they head off to land at Tullamarine, but that shouldn't annoy the players either.
We have to introduce our special guest here on FFV Radio this afternoon. Unfortunately, not in the squad today, but we're the lucky ones because we get to have the very experienced W-League player from Adelaide United via the Boroondara Eagles and originally at the KC Comets, Alex Gummer, who has joined us in commentary. Alex, thanks for joining us on FFV Radio. It's great to have you on board. And, well, firstly, commiserations on missing out on a spot in the lineup today. How are you feeling about the team's prospects coming into the match?
Thanks, Teo, for having me. It's obviously a little bit disappointing not being in the opening day squad, but I've just got to keep training hard and hopefully I'll get my spot soon. But we've had a good training week, so hopefully the things will start clicking and we'll have a great result today.
And that whistle gets us underway. So Melbourne Victory kicking off and hitting it straight to Suter at the centre of defence for Western Sydney from kickoff. Anna Harrington, the Melbourne Victory formation.
Okay, so no surprises in that back four. So we've obviously got Brie Davey in goals on the left. We've got Steph Catley, Radahuli and Checker in the centre, and then Brewer at right back. In the middle, we've got Jackson, Nairn and Mastrantonio, and then up front, we've got De Vanna on the left, Quigley, obviously that number 9, and then Goad on the right. I will just go through that Western Sydney lineup quickly. A bit more of a 4-4-2 structure here, the old traditional ones. We've obviously got Burke in goal. On the left, we have Henry, and then we have Suter, Cooper and O'Brien, making up the rest of that back four. In the middle, from left to right, we have Seaman, Winters, Petinos and Koulizakis. And then up front, we got Carney on the left and Beard on the right. Vice versa.
Norm Boardman, the coach of the Western Sydney Wanderers, the assistant last year. And they're going to keep the pressure on him. Mastrantonio out to the left. Catley venturing into the attacking half for the first time today. Level with the top of the penalty area, crossing it. Quigley flicks it over the bar. And that's a great first chance of the match for Melbourne, and Quigley unable to keep the shot down, but an exciting opening, and Steph Catley showing what she can do down that left wing.
Absolutely. Well, we know she's one of the best left backs in the business. From all the reports in her time over in America, she pretty much revolutionised the Portland Thorns with her ability to switch up the play and just bolt down that left flank. So we know what she can do, and she showed it pretty early there. And Racheal Quigley getting involved early, good to see.
Cheryl Downs, only a half chance, but Quigley will be enthused by that service as well.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think the shot beforehand between De Vanna and Quigley probably was a little bit off, so they need to work on their timing, but right back into it, getting more chances.
Now Jess Seaman passes it out to the right, and O'Brien is there. Already had De Vanna run at her a couple of times. It would have been quite an experience for the youngster in her first season of W-League up against one of the very best in the business. And now a foul in the centre of the park, and it's going to be Victory ball. What is it like when Lisa De Vanna gets the full head of steam and is charging right at you? I'm sure it's happened out on the training ground, Alex, but what actually goes through your mind as you try to defend that situation?
I'm not entirely sure if I can say what actually goes through my mind, but it's on the lines of, oh my goodness, it's quite scary. Someone running with you at pace, because a lot of the time there's a chance that you're going to foul them, and especially going into those dangerous positions.
Goad in possession, back to goal. Poor pass opens the door for Carney. It's actually one-on-one here. She's going to run at Racheal at the top of the D. Onto her right foot. Fired a shot.
Well
Racheal lunged in to block it away. Danger not yet averted. Shouts for handball against Racheal as it was put back into the area by Koulizakis. She's now turning onto her left. A slide challenge comes in from behind, and that might be a free kick just outside the area. I don't think Casey Rybelt has paid a penalty. It was close, though. There was a flurry of legs at the top of the box, and if anything, I think Melbourne Victory may have got a little bit lucky here. It's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area on a central right position.
She definitely went in. I don't know if she cut back, but she was definitely inside there for a bit. I'm not sure. The home crowd's not too happy about the shout at all, because it didn't look too clumsy. It looked like everyone kind of fell over, but there we go. Dangerous position here. So
Winters has pulled rank on the free kick straight away. Melbourne Victory putting 4 in the wall. Let's see if the Wanderers can open the scoring. You can hear the wind howling through behind us. It's actually blowing across the ground, and it would actually take the ball towards the top right corner as Winters is looking at it. I suspect she'll hit this left-footed. It's right on the edge of the box in a central right position. It's Winters shooting and scoring! Western Sydney Wanderers take the lead in just the 11th minute. It was a good free kick. Brianna Davey will probably be frustrated. It looked like she was quite close to the ball, but the Wanderers have opened the scoring here at Breadmeadows Valley Park, and the Melbourne Victory find themselves 1-0 down.
yeah, it was a perfect free kick. Victory won't be too happy with that, though, because I feel like they've had all the momentum. They've really pressured Western Sydney, and yeah, to go down 1-0 when you've probably had a majority of the possession really hurts.
Here's Nairn on the counter-attack for the Victory. De Vanna is loose on the left, and Nairn will find her with the pass. Looking up at O'Brien, now passes it back to Nairn, edge of the penalty area. She goes to the right byline, and it is a corner. Slide challenge coming in from Suter. Did get a little nick on the ball, and so it's the first corner of the game for Victory at the southern end. And with the wind going across the ground, this really could be anything. Who is the designated set-piece taker, free kicks and corners, Alex?
Well, since coming into the squad, we've seen the great technique and great shot that Christine Nairn has. So she'll be stepping up to take the corners and the free kicks.
Did she get penalties as well, or is that someone else?
I'm not actually entirely sure on that one. We haven't actually seen that.
We might find out if there's one here. Here comes the corner header in! 1-1! Melbourne Victory are level, and Amy Jackson has done it. On her return to the W-League, Jackson scores, and Melbourne Victory are right back in the game. 20th minute will put the goal down and Melbourne are back on level terms after going behind early.
Wonderful set piece. Christine Nairn obviously benefiting from the little pump up from teammate Alex Gummer there. But fantastic from Amy Jackson. I think last season the only real set piece header we saw was when Emma Checker did it in the first game of the season. It wasn't really a big part of the Melbourne Victory game plan last year, but it looks like it could well be this time. They got the opportunity, and Amy Jackson has risen literally to the occasion and put it away.
Cheryl Downs down on the sideline. Amy Jackson with a great header. There was a Western Sydney Wanderers player on the post, but she couldn't scramble across in time to get anything on the ball.
Yeah, Amy Jackson just has a little bit of height to her advantage, so it was fantastic. She was able to get on the end of that ball from Christine Nairn. Nice finish.
So Nairn with the assist, Jackson with the goal, and Melbourne Victory back level. They spent a grand total of 8 minutes behind on the scoreboard.
Definitely great goal by Amy. Works hard, great play. Works really hard, so she deserves it.
And now Melbourne full of running. De Vanna to Quigley. Ball is blocked away by Cooper. On the Jets fitness scoreboard, it's Melbourne Victory 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 1, and I can tell you around the grounds in the W-League there has been a goal for Sydney FC. Renee Rollison scoring, and they lead Brisbane Roar 1-0.
Rollison back in.
Ball running down the right. Goad catches Cooper in possession, cuts it back. Here's a shot, and it hits the bar. De Vanna thundering against the woodwork, and Winters at the top of the penalty area clears the ball away, and they were a coat of varnish away from going 2-1 in front. Melbourne Victory so close. Tenacious play from Goad down the right to catch Cooper in possession, and then play the ball in. Melbourne Victory very nearly taking the lead. The ball is kicked into touch, and Anna Harrington, Melbourne Victory have found their stride now.
Jeez, that was exciting. That's the sort of play that we want to see. I imagine that's the sort of thing you work on, Alex, at training and that sort of thing. But really exciting for the crowd there, just inches off getting one ahead there, the victory. But that was an absolute ripping bit of play, and hopefully we'll see a bit more of that over the next 60-odd minutes.
Well, another update from around the grounds. 22 minutes gone. It's Adelaide and Canberra locked 0-0. Here's a through ball. Nairn slides through. Quigley chips the keeper and puts it in. 2-1 Melbourne Victory. The flag stays down, and Racheal Quigley has got her first goal in Melbourne Victory colours. 24th minute the goal. It's Melbourne Victory 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 1.
Absolutely superb there from Racheal Quigley. She's looked lively early on. She's got a couple of really nice touches, and just the composure there to chip the ball. There aren't too many players who can take it on the run and size up the goalkeeper and go, no, I'm going to just chip it over you, and actually land it perfectly in the back of the net. And Alex, I'm sure you know just about everything that Racheal Quigley can do.
Oh, yeah, that does not surprise me one bit. That's definitely a cheeky Quigley strike there. She pulled off definitely a couple of those. One against Box Hill in the Premier League this year against Barbieri. So it definitely doesn't surprise me that she'll pull one of those out again this year.
I have to admit, I didn't think it was going to come down in time. I thought it was sailing over, but absolutely weighted to perfection. Cheryl Downs down on the sideline. In the blink of an eye, Melbourne Victory in front. They were down on 12 minutes. They're in front by the 24th.
That was good tenacity from a couple of players there. I think we had Christine Nairn was working together with Lisa De Vanna, who've been doing that throughout the game, and then you see Christine Nairn pushing it, I think, directly to Quigley, who did something that I think we saw last season. Jess Fishlock was able to loop it just over the top. So nice to see another goal here at Breadmeadows Valley Park.
Ball at right back. Here's Brewer passing down the line. Nairn, 1-2 with Brewer. Tries to get past Seaman, but the midfielder wins the ball back for the Wanderers. Squares it inboard. Beard up against Mastrantonio. Nice little sidestep to get past her. Runs into a 1-on-3 though. Cuts onto her right. Shot. Davey parries it away. Well played by Beard to get a shooting channel open. And Bri Davey is equal to the task, and it's gone behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's 2 ripping saves she's had in a couple of minutes. And Alex was saying earlier on that she needed to get one more really good, strong save behind her to get her confidence up. And yeah, I think her confidence could be pretty high after those couple of efforts. That one was a ripper.
And Beard, in a 1-on-3, still able to open up and find space for a shot. A real warning sign there for the Victory.
Definitely, she danced her way through a few players there. A little bit too easy. The Victory need to be a bit more aware and to make sure that doesn't happen again.
And the whistle sounds. Half-time. It's Melbourne Victory 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 1. We've been thoroughly entertained with 3 goals hitting the back of the net. I see Cheryl Downs is inside the field of play, so we might have a quick word with someone as they leave the field at half-time.
Who obviously must be pretty happy going into half-time with a 2-1 lead that epitomised your attacking style in that first half.
Yeah, I did. I looked at our chances in the first half there. We hit the post again, but the Western Sydney are looking dangerous on the attack, so we just need to tighten things up at the back. But keep pushing with our gameplay, just get our distances right. Just that discipline in our shape, we should be good.
Okay, and the key players that impressed, obviously it's early in the season, but the key players that have impressed you thus far?
Our leading goal scorer from last season, Lisa De Vanna, again, causing trouble there at the back for Western Sydney defences, and look, she'll keep them busy again in the second half. But we also have Christine Nairn coming in, who didn't start last week but came on second half, but started today, and hopefully she can put one in the back of the net.
And finally, the key messages at half-time to make sure we bring a favourable result today.
Again, like I said, just keeping our shape and our discipline, our distances and that ball movement. So once we've got them pegged back in their own half, we'll keep playing it around and create chances.
Hi, this is Steph Catley from the Melbourne Victory Women. You're listening to the Westfield W-League, live on FFV Radio. Time for the second half. Let's rejoin the action.
Welcome back to Breadmeadows Valley Park. It's time for the second half of this Westfield W-League match. We are live on FFV Radio. It is the Melbourne Victory 2 leading the Western Sydney Wanderers 1. Western Sydney to kick off into the wind, attacking the southern end in the second half here at the John Ilhan Memorial Stadium. And Melbourne Victory are going to go to the northern end, and the referee, Casey Rybelt, has actually insisted on a restart. So Western Sydney must have broken early there. We're going to do it all again. Teo Pellizzeri is my name, with you on FFV Radio, joined by Cheryl Downs from thewomensgame.com, Alex Gummer, our insider from the Melbourne Victory Women, and Anna Harrington, who rejoins me in commentary for the second half. Anna, we've had the half-time break, and with a few moments to mull over the first half, I tend to agree that if there is going to be another goal, it will be Melbourne Victory taking a 3-1 lead, but they've got to be careful here at the start of this second half.
Absolutely, because you don't want to be taken by surprise straight away. Western still will be fired up. They'll know they're well and truly still in this match at 2-1. So I expect them to apply the pressure early on. But of course, it's the Victory who are working their way into attack early on.
So ball from Brewer. Down the right, here's an opportunity for Nairn. He's going to get there before the right byline, cuts it back, and Quigley scores! Just 58 seconds into the second half, and Racheal Quigley's got a double. It's Melbourne Victory 3, Western Sydney Wanderers 1.
Well, superb there from Racheal Quigley. I noticed in the first half when she was going on a run, she was very, very watchful, very smart player, making sure there was no chance she'd get offside. Great to see Victory straight away apply the pressure. They were really to the point with those passes, just working some really short, sharp ones. Brewer has been very good working down that right side, just get the ball in, and Quigley in the right place, right time, and Julie put it away.
Here's Nairn taking the goal kick, passing De Vanna in the area, sliding in the fourth. Melbourne Victory on fire. Lisa De Vanna scores, and it's a hat-trick of assists for Christine Nairn. What a stunning first start in the Westfield W-League. And in the 52nd minute, it's Melbourne Victory 4, Western Sydney 1.
And I think that's the reward Lisa De Vanna has earned for today, because we've seen she's been absolutely tireless, harassing that Western Sydney defence. She's been working to set up her teammates. She's had a couple of really good runs on goal. That effort where it clanged into the post was a good example. She's been tireless today. And as you said, Christine Nairn, what a recruit with 3 assists today, absolutely superb. And how encouraging is that for Melbourne Victory? They tightened up the defence and then they increased the pressure going forward, and Western Sydney just don't know what to do with themselves. 2 goals early on in the second half.
And Cheryl Downs, after a day of frustration up in Newcastle last week, Melbourne Victory have really found the killer instinct this afternoon.
Yeah, I think as much as they started pretty well, they've actually improved throughout the game. So we need to see Melbourne continuing with this. Again, with the Wanderers, they need to work out what to do differently. I think Trudy Burke, I feel for her a little bit. She's not really done a lot wrong in goal. So hopefully her defence can get behind her a little bit and the midfield start working through.
And so Winters plays it to Suter at centre-back. The follow-up is, have you been a user of the Kinesio tape? Tennis made it famous, but we now see it in all sports. And what are your thoughts on it as a functional way of treating injuries and playing through injury?
Yes, no, I definitely...
Sorry, we'll stay with play. I thought it was a handball here against Beard. The referee missed it. Through ball from Beard. Winters into the area. Flicks in a second. Wanderers right back in it. Beard to Winters to the back of the net. And the Victory are gobsmacked because it did look like quite a clear handball in the build-up, but the Wanderers won't care. It's 4-2, and they're right back in the game in the 56th minute.
Referee was right behind that, so he obviously couldn't see it, but can't the assistant call on that? Because it looked like a very clear handball. Just about every player, I think even the Western Sydney players stopped over here on the wing, thinking, yeah, that's a handball. Well, but kept going, and Winters was the beneficiary and slots their second. 4-2, but... very, very strange build-up. Everyone just got a bit rattled by that.
Cheryl Downs will cross to you. Game right back on.
Yeah, the game is right back on. What I like to see is Christine Nairn getting quite involved and having a good conversation with the ref. Lisa De Vanna's getting involved now as well. The players need to settle down and make sure that they keep playing the game. They're still 2 goals up, but they want to make sure that they're getting fair calls.
Good ball to Beard. Now she's going to flick it through for Carney. Carney's potentially in here. Davey outside the area. Had to pull out of the challenge. The net's open. Carney crossing it in from the impossible angle, and no one can connect with the ball. Patinos was the only player advancing on goal. It runs through the penalty area and out for a throw, and Cheryl Downs, a bit of chaos in the Melbourne Victory back line.
Yeah, really quick turnaround there that we had from Lisa De Vanna doing a jump over the keeper down one end and then straight back the other end. The defender's working really well with Brianna Davey to make sure that it's not just about her if she was out of position.
Crossfield pass, Patinos taking possession, now running at Brewer, cutting in, Checker, nicks the ball off her feet. Here's Master Antonio passing to Jackson. Melbourne Victory ahead 4-2. On the Jets Fitness scoreboard. We're about to cross 65 minutes. De Vanna nutmegs O'Brien. See you later. She's off to the races. Running here at Suter. Cuts onto her right foot. Tried to find a way past Cooper. Ball deflects back to her. Now plays it into the path of Simon. Flag stays down. It's Gemma Simon. Hits the underside of the bar. And the ball stays out. Quigley following it in. Trying for a hat-trick. But getting back to defend. Kulizakis has ushered it out. And it's gone for a goal kick. Unbelievable attacking flair from the Melbourne Victory, but somehow the ball doesn't find its way into the back of the net.
Jeez, I've had a couple of unlucky ones like that today, but how good was that from Lisa De Vanna? You could hear the crowd just wowed by that. Nutmecking was absolutely brutal. That really hurts when you're a defender, but yeah, just electrifying. It's just more about not relying on that one absolute star player to get you out of trouble.
Kulizakis caught in possession by Catley and De Vanna, and the ball spilt kindly for De Vanna. Running 5 minutes from the top of the area, lays it off. Simon trying to turn her opponent, Henry. Tees it back up for De Vanna. Top of the box. Almost caught in possession, but keeps it under pressure from Suter. Now lays it off to the right. Here's a chance. Nairn blocked. Follow up. Koca scores. Open net. And Gulcan Koca coming off the bench makes it 5-2. And Melbourne Victory once again restore a big buffer against the Western Sydney Wanderers.
Fantastic from Koca there. She got in the right spot. As you said, exposed down the flank. Catley and De Vanna working really well together. Nairn just took the time on the ball and then beautifully finished by Koca. We know she loves a longer range strike, but that one she just timed it perfectly and slotted it in the back of the net. There was no chance for her missing from there.
Christine Nairn may be unlucky not to score, but Trudy Burke left exposed. No one to follow in and take away the loose ball for Gulcan Koca, and she swept it into an empty net. Cheryl Downs on the sidelines. Melbourne Victory once again back in the van.
I think the Wanderers did well in shutting down a number of shots from Victory. They were so close. Sorry, I'm almost being hit by a ball. They were so close to scoring a couple of times. So good to see them shit out in the end, and a great goal for Koca.
So in the 74th minute, we'll put that one down as Gulcan Koca making it 5-2. Alex Gummett, the points once again look a bit safer. And G will be pretty happy not long off the bench and able to get her name on the score sheet.
Definitely a little bit of an impact sub right there, just putting away. Coming out from a shot from Christine there, so didn't have much opposition, so but it was a great finish nonetheless.
We're now 2.5 minutes into stoppage time. And a back pass. Bree Davey's going to bring it down and get caught in possession. And Michelle Carney is going to be denied initially by Davey and then scores. And that is a disaster. It's 5-3. Michelle Carney gets a goal. And Western Sydney peg one back. It could be crucial on goal difference. And who knows, on the last day of the home and away season, we might look back on a moment like that. And even though it's very much junk time now, it is a goal. Michelle Carney scores after a defensive mix-up. And Bree Davey will be absolutely steaming on her way to the changing rooms. On the Jets Fitness scoreboard, it's Melbourne Victory 5, Western Sydney Wanderers 3.
Yeah, I was going to say Bree Davey will be absolutely filthy about that. Just came out of nowhere, really, to be honest. And
the one saving grace is that I reckon it went through her head, do I leg Michelle Carney? But she could have got sent off. Anyway, full time, right from kickoff. Melbourne Victory 5. Western Sydney Wanderers 3, 8 goals. What a start to FFV Radio. Alex Gummer will say goodbye to you because I'm sure you want to hear the coach's post-match address, but your final thoughts on the game we've just seen.
First of all, thanks for having me, Teo. Definitely, obviously, not an ideal finish to the game with a bit of a defensive mix-up, maybe questionable back pass. But apart from that, some positive signs for the future of the Victory.
Alex, all the best. We actually hope you're not with us again this year because we want you out there on the field.
Definitely.
Good luck to Burundara in the finals. Good luck to yourself and the Melbourne Victory for the rest of the season. And if we don't have you back on the broadcast again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Alex Gummer, their Melbourne Victory insider, joining us on the broadcast today. Cheryl Downs is going to be heading out onto the field to grab a post-match interview. Anna Harrington. We have seen 2 8-goal games 2 days in a row. We had a 4-4 draw in the Sportsmart WPL yesterday. We've had a 5-3 win for the Melbourne Victory today. Looks as though the 4G era has brought us plenty of goals here on FFV Radio.
It certainly has, plenty of goals, but a bit of a sour note to end that one on, to be honest, for the Victory. They would have been shattered with that because they were a lot more solid in that second half. So,
and the point I was making as the full-time whistle went, I reckon it went through Bree Davey's head there. Do I leg Michelle Carney?
Oh, she looked very tempted to go bang, just stop her getting it.
A needless red card would have just been a horrible way to end the game, wouldn't it?
No, absolutely. And I think she did everything she could to try and grab hold of that ball after it initially got past her. And then, was smart enough. There would have been plenty of keepers, I think, that would have stuck the leg out to do anything. And that would have been, in any ref's books, a straight send-off. So, shame to concede the goal, but Bree Davey at least did the right thing in...
Thought played for next week. Joe, congratulations on the result. You're on FFV Radio. Well done on the victory. How nice for your team, not just to get off the mark, but to do it scoring 5 goals.
Well, scoring 5 goals was nice, but conceding 3 was probably not as nice, and how we did it. But look, as I said, all in all, an entertaining game, and we're happy for the fans and for us to kickstart the year.
Joe, interesting to see the type of play, very attacking. You look to have a real range of options. Racheal Quigley, one of them. It's just looking at it, looks like a real attacking game style. Is that the plan, to have a really attacking, going out there, attractive style of football this season?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I know no other way. It's to play forward and get the other team on the back foot, and it was good. We got our combination play going a little bit, and we opened them up a few times, and it was nice to see.
With that said, how challenging was it going behind? I know it only took 10 minutes to find an equaliser and then take the lead, but were there some nerves on the bench or nerves out on the park when that first free kick went in?
Not at all. We believe in what we're doing. We believe in this positive sort of approach of attack. And look, as I said, you go 1-0 down, and it's just a belief to make sure that we continue to do what we need to do. And as I said, it was good to see how we bounce back and then probably take over the game. And as I said, there was some excellent combination stuff, and it was good to see that all the work we've done in the positive is starting to work.
Joe, it was still very much a tight game at half-time. We'd seen in the first half, I think Beard in particular looked very dangerous, had the potential to maybe cut you up a little bit. Cat Smith, going into half-time, said you were looking to tighten up the defence. Was that the main message at half-time, just really tighten it up and then work your way forward?
To play an attacking brand, you've got to have a pretty high sort of line, and you've got to have midfielders that are willing to mark in anticipation. And the problem is that our midfield started to back off a little bit, and we needed to make sure that we organised that area. And I think it was just a chain reaction. Once our midfield started to press and mark in anticipation, our defenders got a little bit more confident, and we were able to win balls in the areas where were very dangerous, and we opened them up.
Christine Nairn, superb player, obviously. So she got at least 3 assists today. What does a player of that sort of class bring to a lineup? Does it make the other girls stand a bit taller as well?
Absolutely, because in the possession style of play, in the positive way we're trying to play, we obviously need players who are able to pick their passes and get into spaces where they could hurt teams, and she does that very, very well. Look, I've always tried to build teams with dead ball specialists. She's a fantastic dead ball specialist, and it was good that we can work on these things during training when you've got those weapons.
And Cheryl, we'll leave the last couple of questions to you down there at ground level.
Joe, it was just a fantastic match to see out there. Racheal Quigley did so well for you. Like you said, there were 3 goals that went through. What do you need to change next week when you come up against Canberra, who will really punish you for that sort of thing?
I'm a big one for the little details, and it gets sloppy when you're comfortable, you're in your comfort zones, and they're things that I don't like. I think at this level you can be punished very, very quickly. So little details, just the little things, to continue to do these little things. And I'm a big one for continuity. We continue to, even if we're 5-1 up, 6-1 up, we still continue to play our game plan, and that's where the mistakes came. We fell asleep in regards to we got complacent, and that's just not on in my team, and we'll make sure that we fix that up during the week.
Anything special that you said to the team at half-time? They came out and got a goal within 50 seconds, I think it was.
Yeah, look, midfield had to make late runs, and I think it was a late run that one came short, bounced out, and then we were able to play beyond their line because they were sort of starting to press a little bit higher. We knew they would, obviously, because they're chasing that second goal. And the late run really opened them up. So it was good. It was good. That's an issue that we've worked on, and it happened. So it was great.
Well, Joe, thanks for joining us on FFV Radio. We appreciate your time after the match, and all the best for the trip to Canberra next week.
Thank you, and you're doing a great job, guys.
Thank you to Joe Montemurro, the Victory manager, and Cheryl Downs down there at ground level. Cheryl, we'll see if you can grab Christine Nairn after she's done with the print media. And Cheryl, let's throw it down to you. You've got one of the stars of the game, Christine Nairn, with you.
I do. Thanks very much, Christine, for joining us. 4 assists, 3 assists, depending on how you count it. We're counting it that it's 4 for you. Thank you very much for coming. Hopefully it was a great first game in Melbourne.
Yeah, it was a great first game. We have unbelievable fans. They were chanting the whole time. So it's good to get out here, good to get the 3 points. And I think we're looking forward to next week.
Christine, Joe's been giving you plenty of praise for your work at the set piece. You've well and truly taken over. You must have been pretty happy to see your first corner at home go through for a goal with Amy Jackson rising high to get that one down.
Yeah, absolutely. You think when you want to come to a new league and you want to perform and you want to show everybody what you can do, and I think at times we were able to show that, and times I was able to show that, but, you're never satisfied. So right here is just a stepping stool of what, this team can achieve this season. And I'm excited to be a part of the victory and, go next week and keep going and keep our foot on the gas.
As far as the reaction to going behind 1-0, Joe said that there was never a loss of confidence on the bench. What was it like out there on the pitch, though?
We have such great leaders in Steph Catley and Lisa De Vanna, just leading us game in and game out, just positive reinforcement, critiquing our game a little bit. So, it wasn't ideal to go down 1-0 early in the game, but we look to our leaders and we look to, quality players that we have on and off the field, and, they lead us to victory. That's the second time I've said that corny joke, but, it is what it is. So I'm excited to be a part of this team and excited to learn from Steph Catley and the Australians. So off to next week.
Well, firstly, us in the media love players that know how to use a pun or two, so you'll be making plenty of friends if you keep that up.
Perfect.
Secondly, I guess, am I right in thinking you only got off the plane mid last week, played your first game, came on? How long did it take you, I guess, to get over the jet lag and get settled in? And what do you make of the Australian style of play so far?
I'm feeling great, actually. The jet lag wasn't as bad as I thought, but this week is definitely better than last week. It's better than, landing here and then going off to Newcastle, but, can't complain too much. It's beautiful weather here. It's a great soccer city in Melbourne. I'm excited to, represent a club of such, great name, and, all the players I've talked to that have played here and have just talked with such class and quality in the organization, from, the players all the way up to the people behind the desk. So it's just a great organization to be a part of, and I'm excited to see what it holds for us.
You've got a big challenge, Canberra away next week, and they've a team that's built a great reputation. They beat Adelaide 1-0 today, so they'll head into that game 2 wins from 2. Such a short turnaround, especially with the interstate trip as well.
Mm-hmm.
How hectic is a week when you've got to play on the Sunday and then prepare straight away for the next week interstate?
As athletes, if we weren't in this position, we wouldn't be considered, top athletes and elite athletes. So, at times you look at the schedule and say that's going to be a tough week, but you get better, and, you might be a little tired, a little fatigued, but, you're going to do what you have to do. And, at the end of the day, every game in this league is important. So there's no real time off. So it's going to be tough, but I think our team can do it. And, credit to us, and it's going to be hard, but it'll make us stronger.
And Cheryl, we'll leave the last question to you.
Last question. There are a couple of goals that went in. You didn't get a goal yourself. We were actually really, really hopeful that you would get one. Can you promise us one next week?
I can't promise that, but I can try my best. So.
Right, sounds good.
Christine, thanks so much for joining us on FFV Radio. Well played, 3 assists, arguably 4 assists today. We hope it comes back as 4, and all the best preparing for Canberra this week. Christine Nairn down there on the sidelines with Cheryl Downs on FFV Radio. From Breadmeadows Valley Park, the final score in the Westfield W-League was Melbourne Victory 5, Western Sydney Wanderers 3. I'd like to thank the FFV, Livecast and the FFA for allowing today's broadcast to happen and putting it all to air. On behalf of the broadcast crew, Cheryl Downs and Anna Harrington, my name is Teo Pellizzeri. For now, it's goodbye.